I'm a 21-year-old female babysitter, and I've been looking after this little girl, let's call her Mia, since she was just 4 months old. I started when I was 14, and now 8 years later, I still babysit her at least once a week, plus whenever her parents need me. Mia is 8 now, and she's an absolute dream to care for. The family is wonderful, and over the years, I've grown so close to Mia that we're practically sisters. I've never raised my rate, so keep in mind that I've been working for just £1.50, about $1.70, an hour for nearly a decade. I usually get a £20 gift card for both my birthday and Christmas. I babysit for fun, not for money, and I mean that. What I earn barely covers my expenses. I have a real job that pays for my life. This is something I do out of love. When Mia and I spend a full Saturday together, we often go on little day trips. She loves shopping and sightseeing, so I usually take her to bigger cities. That's where this story begins. We were on a bus on a 1-hour ride to the next major city. I chose the bus over driving because I hate driving, and the train would have cost more, though both would have taken about 30 to 40 minutes. I prefer the bus. This private bus company has perks. I paid £10 for a return ticket, and since Mia is under 10, she rode free. Plus, they wait for you on the return trip, but if your delay causes theirs, there are fees. We were on the bus like always. I brought my old Nintendo DSi for Mia to play with. She could play whatever she wanted. I didn't mind. It was a win-win. That is, until an entitled mom and her 10-year-old son boarded. They sat right behind us. No big deal, right? Wrong. It didn't take long for the boy to notice the console and the racing game Mia was totally focused on. Boy, Mom, I want to play. Entitled mom, well, go ahead. I thought he'd politely ask us. Nope. The boy jumped out of his seat, leaned over Mia's shoulder, and tried to snatch the game from above. He almost got it, but the wrist strap stopped him. I quickly checked that Mia's wrist was okay and that the game wasn't damaged from the rough grab. Then I turned around. Ma'am, that wasn't very nice. Entitled mom, he just wants to play. Let him. Teach your child to ask properly. Me, I'm the babysitter. Don't tell me how to parent. Kid, no, it's not yours. Please leave us alone. I sat back down, hoping that was the end of it. I was dead wrong. Mia's seat started shaking. Thump, thump, thump. The boy was kicking it. He asked him to stop. He didn't. I warned the mom that I'd tell the drivers. There were always 2 on board. Entitled mom, he's bored. Give him the game and he'll stop. I got up, helped Mia switch seats, and went to the front to explain what was happening. Then I heard Mia scream, "Let go!" I turned around. The boy had one hand on the game and the other pulling Mia's hair. The entitled mom was smirking as the boy ripped the wrist strap off Mia's arm and returned to his seat, holding the game. I stormed over, grabbed it back, no words, and sat down. The boy started crying and screaming loudly. I didn't care. It was 8 a.m., and this was supposed to be a happy girl's day out. Now I had Mia in tears and a bratty kid with his entitled mom to deal with. Entitled mom, you give that back right now. My son was playing with it. Bus driver 2 came to our rescue, practically shoving the woman and her son into the back row. They moved us up front to separate us. The driver told the mom she needed to use some common sense, that this wasn't her game and she had no right to decide what happened to it. I stopped listening after that, but I caught her saying things like, "My son just wanted to try it. Those girls were unfairly rude to him, and I demand an apology." I flipped her the finger, hidden behind my hand, of course. Mia snickered. Whoops, my bad. She'd seen it, but she was already smiling again, restarting the game. Fast forward to the end of a successful shopping trip. We were checking in for the last bus back, 7 p.m. departure, and we arrived 10 minutes early. I let Mia pick the seats as usual, front row, perfect. There were 2 couples already waiting, and a third arrived with us. Everything seemed fine. Until the driver, one of the same 2 from earlier, announced we couldn't leave. 2 people were missing. They'd call them to either hurry or give up their seats. Just a few minutes? Maybe. But we had to wait. Company policy. 7:35 p.m., my worst fear comes true. The entitled mom and her son stroll up. ice cream cones in hand. No messy food on the bus, the driver reminded them. They had to finish outside. And of course, they weren't in any rush. 7:45 p.m., final countdown, we finally pulled away. Everyone on board was annoyed by the 45-minute delay. The mom and son took seats in the other aisle, right behind us. On purpose, I'm sure, but I didn't say anything. Lesson learned, I hoped. Bus driver 2 was driving now. Bus driver 1 approached the mom. "Ma'am, sorry to bother you, but you caused a 45-minute delay. According to our terms and conditions, the company will fine you." "Fine me? For a few minutes? No way! I was told there'd be a ride home for us, and that's it." Driver 1, "I am sorry, but you were informed beforehand. It's in our terms and conditions." "No one told me that. I didn't agree to anything." Driver 1, "The company will mail you the details. I'll need your ID, please." "No." "Then I'm afraid I'll have to involve the police." She sat back, silent. The boy came up beside me. "I want that game." Me, "I told you no this morning. It's still no." He gave me a sad face and went back to his mom. It was getting dark outside. Mia was lying across her seat and my lap. She was tired. I expected her to fall asleep while playing, and she did, her face buried in my jacket, which she had folded like a pillow on my lap. I turned the game off, but with the wrist strap still on Mia's wrist, I couldn't put it away. Suddenly, the entitled mom loomed over me. "She's done playing. Now my son can play." Me, "No, he can't. It's my game." "Come on, just give it to him. He wants it, and you're too old for it anyway." "I don't care. It's my game. I said no. Please leave me alone." "What gives you the right?" She was practically yelling. I was worried she'd wake Mia and that I'd end up with a cranky, tired child. Me, "She's asleep. She doesn't need it now. The game is tied to her wrist. I'd have to wake her to get it. And even then, I'd be playing it, not your son. It's my game. If I have to say it again, I'll ask the drivers for help." Driver 1 turned around, giving her a sharp look. I think he'd been listening. The mom and son moved a few rows back. I thought she was done. I was wrong. A few minutes later, I was texting a friend, not paying much attention, just making sure Mia didn't fall off the seat. I didn't think much of the small hand on my leg. Mia's arm was nearby. Then Mia shot up with an ear-splitting scream. I nearly dropped my phone. The boy was right between my legs. He'd crawled under the seats from behind and come up, probably trying to snatch the game. That hand on my leg? His. And Mia woke up to his face centimeters from hers. The driver stayed calm enough not to crash, but pulled over as soon as he could. Both drivers were furious. The boy was crying. The entitled mom was screaming at us for making him cry. I was holding a shaking 8-year-old still processing what happened when a man from one of the couples stood up and somehow calmed the chaos. "Entitled mom, this selfish girl scared my baby. She screamed right in his face." Other driver, "Ma'am, why was your son under their seats? Why wasn't he seated?" Entitled mom, "He's a good child. He can do whatever he wants." Boy, crying, "I want the game, mommy." Entitled mom, to me, "You owe that game to my child now, jerk." I ignored the insult. I called Mia's mom to warn them we'd be late. I was so angry I wanted to punch something. The boy reached for the game again. I snapped. I pushed him back, harder than I should have. I know I shouldn't have pushed him at all, but he only fell into his mom, so I didn't care. I stood up, face red, breathing hard. "Listen, kid, don't you ever touch us or our game again. You hurt my baby. Be glad he's underage, otherwise he'd be facing charges, multiple theft attempts, and crawling under us like that. I could probably file a sexual assault claim, and Child Protective Services would love to hear how you encouraged him." Pause. "You have no right to talk to me like that. Your brat made my baby cry. You owe him that game." She tried to push past me. Mia still had the game. I didn't care about the game anymore, but I knew she'd hurt me trying to take it.
I'm 5'9", about 70 kilograms. Just a straight noodle, don't look like much, but I'm the only girl on an all-male rugby team. I tackle guys bigger and older than her. She's seen me play. Me, to Mia. Do your trick.
My trick? You can throw people over? That's my standard move. But I couldn't do that now. I'd already overreacted. Both drivers and the man held her back. She was screaming, thrashing, throwing punches and insults, demanding I give her son the game. 2 other men came to help. It took a while before she finally sat down. I thought we could finally go home. I'd already texted Mia's mom about the delay, but nothing more. Mia curled up again, immersed in the game. I pulled out my phone to say we'd be even later when I heard the entitled mom whispering into her phone. She was clearly calling the police, spinning a wild story. Stolen toy, child abuse, being threatened, cornered by men, too scared to ask for an early drop-off. She was massively exaggerating. I asked Mia to let me up. I went to the drivers. They looked horrified. They contacted the police and their office immediately. I texted Mia's mom as briefly as possible. Didn't want her to panic about police at the drop-off. She was picking us up. Fast forward, 45 minutes later, 8 cops, an ambulance, Mia's mom, who'd already introduced herself to police, and an elderly man there to pick up one of the couples. Mia was happy again, thank God. I was terrified this might traumatize her. Maybe it was partly my fault for losing it. She'd never seen me mad. Mia ran to her mom. I followed with the shopping bag. The entitled mom and son were questioned separately in the ambulance. The rest of us answered questions too. The drivers backed us up. Bus surveillance footage confirmed everything. Entitled mom was busted. She and her son were banned from the bus company. She faced charges, encouraging theft, false accusations, and assaulting me. I got off with a warning for pushing the boy. They pressed charges, but they were dropped. The judge ruled I was protecting Mia and my property in a heated moment, and the boy's prior actions justified my response. Entitled mom was fined for the entire delay, 1 hour and 18 minutes. She was ordered to attend family counseling. Child Protective Services would review the family situation. Mia was completely unaffected, proudly showed her mom her new fabrics. She has a sewing machine, and we work on rainy day projects like shirts, all paid for with the shopping money her mom gave her. I covered my own costs. Mia's mom was incredibly understanding. She doubled my Christmas gift card, said it was an apology or maybe recognition that I'd risked legal trouble to protect her daughter, and taught her to stand strong. This weekend, we went on another trip. Boarding the bus, I saw a boy in line who looked oddly familiar. The man with him didn't. I brushed it off. 2 minutes into the ride, I pulled the DSI from my bag. Boy, give me that. Me, I'm sure it's really him. How do you ask for things that aren't yours? Boy, I want that game now. Me, no, sorry, too rude. Mind your manners, please. The dad stood up. Luckily, driver 2 from before was on duty. He recognized the boy and me. Driver, young man, I need to see your ID, please. Where's your parent? Dad, my son only asked to try the game, sir. Driver, yep, that's why he got banned last month. You have to get off, or I'll call the police. Dad, I bought tickets for this. I have the right to ride. Police were called. The father was arrested for resisting arrest and fraud. Turns out both he and his son had used fake names. His son was now 11, should have had a ticket, but was registered as 10. Driver 2 came to apologize and check on us. I told him no apology needed. I thanked him for handling it so fast. This time, there were more kids on the bus. Mia shared the game with 3 others, taking turns. No issues. I exchanged contacts with their parents. We're meeting at a funhouse next week. Friends were made. That's how simple it can be. Honestly, even on this second trip, if the boy had asked nicely, I would have let Mia decide whether to share. It could have been a chance to make a friend. People deserve second chances. But no, they acted like he deserved my game just because he wanted it.
And the parents? Worse. I have zero regrets about them getting kicked off. But I do feel bad for the boy. It wasn't entirely his fault. He didn't know better. Oh my God, we're gonna have to rename this subreddit from Entitled Parents to Entitled Families. The whole family's a bunch of thieves and criminals. And honestly, even though the babysitter lost her cool, she has the patience of a saint. I don't know if I could have handled all that. Let me ask you, what would you have done? If you were on that bus, how would you have reacted? Would you have been more patient? Less? I'm really curious. Now on to the next entitled parent story. Some context. I have a disability that causes severe balance issues, muscle weakness, and frequent falls. I can walk, but it's unsafe, so I use a wheelchair. One day, I took my 8-year-old sister with me to the supermarket. I don't see her often. I live away from home, so we made a day of it. Went to the biggest shopping center on our side of town, had a blast. After lunch in the food court, she wanted to play in the playground they have. With her on my lap, I wheeled over, she went in, and had a great time. About 15 minutes in, she fell. Since my chair couldn't fit in the playground, I took my walking stick from the side holder and walked in to check on her. After calming her with the joke, "I'll have to eat your leg now that you landed on it," she giggled and was fine. I turned to wobble back to my chair, only to find it was gone. It had been moved about 3 meters from where I left it, near the entrance where parents park strollers and carts. A child was sitting in my seat, and her mom is spinning the chair like a toy. I made my way over and asked for it back. Me. "Hi, I need my wheelchair back. You shouldn't have taken it without asking." Entitled Mom. "But you can walk." I was so shocked. "Yes, I can walk, but I was clearly struggling to stand." Me. "Excuse me? Yes, I can walk, but not for long. I need this chair." Entitled Mom. "Well, what's wrong with you then?" Me. "None of your business." Entitled Mom. "You say you need it, but you won't even tell me what's wrong. You're just lying." She said it like I was the crazy one. Reluctantly, she got her kid off. I put my stick away and sat down. My legs and muscles were screaming from standing so long. I pushed myself back to where me and my sister were set up, hoping to rest and forget what happened. As I left, she loudly complained to everyone around her, "She's lying about needing the chair. She can walk. She's just a lazy bludger." I got my sister from the playground and left the food court fast. She was upset from the confrontation, so we went to see a movie to calm down. I think it was The Secret Life of Pets. She loved it. I've had people confront me about walking and demand to know what's wrong with me before, but I've never had a complete stranger steal my wheelchair. Please, respect people's wheelchairs. They're an extension of their body. Never touch one without permission. I'd love to know, how would you have handled the bus situation? That mom, that kid, so persistent. Would you have had the babysitter's patience? Or would you have snapped and thrown them off the bus? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and subscribe for more heartfelt and powerful stories. Your support means a lot.